Now this is what playing cho'gath should feel like. Now I feel like a true monster. Hey guys, what is going on? Chris, aka the SolWolf here, and I just wanted to display a few of the champion picks that I enjoyed while trying out the Ultra Rapid Fire mode. It is an awesome game mode. This is a game mode that I swear... Riot, please. Rito, please. Rito! Let's keep this in the game. That's all I can say. cho'gath is, for those of you who are skilled enough, you can actually create a non-stop CC chain and truly put terror into your enemies' hearts. However, I am not skilled enough. And also, the tenacity and passive movement speed that they gave champions doesn't really help your case either. But, the amount of terror you can put in the enemy's hearts as you're constantly rupturing the ground. They must be careful where they stand, constantly dodging and ducking and weaving. This is what cho'gath is all about. Gonna cut a little bit further into the video because I wanted to show the kind of lane bullying and dominance that cho'gath can have. You know, as a monster, you have to set fear into your enemy, make sure that they respect you. cho'gath has the kit to do that. He has a Q, which is a rupture, that is a 1 second knockup. That is on a 2 second cooldown, do the math. Also the Feral Scream, which is W, which does, both of those abilities doing a ton of damage, and on a 2 second cooldown. It just kind of gets ridiculous to the fact that you continue to CC chain your enemies, and, you know, they can try to crawl back to their tower. They're not going to have much success at it. Now granted, this isn't always going to work. Each champion has their downfalls, and in super rapid fire, if you don't hit your skill shots as a skill shot champion, you're going to be screwed. But it's definitely a fun champion to pick up. You can give it a try and see if you enjoy it. And again, the reason why I'm doing the video in this format is mainly because I wanted to show a whole bunch of different champions instead of just one champion for a long game. Because I feel like it can be more fun that, you know, you expand your champion pool in Ultra Rapid Fire and you don't just play the Soraka and the Sona and the Nidalee. Okay, the Nidalee's pretty awesome if you play Nidalee every chance you get. But, you know, it gives you the ability to see what other champions can do and say, hey, that looks pretty cool. I want to give that a try. Just like in the whole break the meta sort of fashion. Another awesome feature that I love about this game mode is the fact that, you know, mid-game is pretty much at 6 minutes. Late game's at 20 minutes. Everything happens so fast, it's ridiculous. And poor Fedora, she doesn't know any better. I would have gotten that kill, but whatever. Whatever is, have it your way. Burger King.
Warning. Teleporting in front of a cho'gath may result in severe abdominal cramps, hearing loss, and/or death.
Also, Flash is in such an insignificant cooldown, you can just use it just to get across the map. And what else is Fedora going to do other than feed? After all the games I played, this was by far the fastest victory of all. Clocking in at about 13 minutes, I think. And as you can see, the damage on cho'gath is real. It is nothing to be trifled with. Watch as this Master Yi comes at me. Come at me, bro! And he died. After goofing around at their spawn for a little while, just kind of spawn killing them a little bit, we did finally manage to finish the game. Now, as far as cho'gath goes, he has a ton of damage, a ton of utility. However, he's very immobile and squishy if you build him that way, and let's be honest here, everybody does. Keeping that in mind, I'll give cho'gath 7 out of 10 Teemos. This game, I play everybody's favorite armadillo, Rammus.
They see me rolling, they hate it.
So I'll be honest with you, I did not have the best early game with this champion. Mainly because of all the ill decisions that I made. And I don't mean ill as in, man, that decision was so ill, brah. No, it was a lot of bad decision making, a lot of bad roaming, and mainly just me running around the map and being a derp because Rammus. Okay. So I don't think I have to explain the logic behind picking Rammus. I mean, honestly, it's kind of self-explanatory. Unlimited Powerball, please? It's like you're winning the League of Legends lottery. Over and over and over again. It's kind of like playing Hecarim in that sort of fashion. It's just, you know, different set of balls. Anyway, Also, on top of that, you have his taunt, which at max rank lasts 2.5 seconds and is on a 2-second cooldown. So, as you can see here, somehow I managed to outduel this Fizz. I really don't know what I did or how I managed to do it. Also, I don't use my Randuins, which is a disappointment to me and my fans. But, looky here. Rammus is better than Fizz, but definitely not Wukong. After a whole bunch of dying in the mid-game, eventually I get so tanky that I just don't give a fuck. And, Rammus has such a great ability to make picks that it's kind of ridiculous, as well as non-stop chaining CC. What you do is you just chain your Q with your E, with your Q again, with your E again, and the enemy will not be able to move. This does mean, however, that you are very team-reliant, considering everybody around you has a lot of damage and you don't. And while you do have all the CC is very well complemented by all the damage. So, while you can 1v1 most people, it's not going to be a 1v1 for very long, considering everybody on the damn map has teleport. So to summarize things up, Rammus is tanky, Rammus is mobile, he can run around the map, he can make a lot of plays, make things happen. Make picks. However, in team fights, he's very team fight reliant and does not have very much damage or carrying potential of his own. So, in that retrospect, I'm going to give Rammus as a total 5 out of 10 Teemos. Karma was probably one of the most fun for me to play because I was constantly just tossing my Q around as if I was a turret. And honestly, the cooldown gets so low that you do feel like you are a turret. And the damage is so high that you do feel like you're a turret. Also, I cannot understand by the life of me why people are not taking the blue and red buffs. I mean, if not just for experience, give yourself an early level 2. Give yourself an advantage, for goodness sakes, people. And if you thought Karma's poke was annoying before, ladies and gentlemen, now introducing Karma with no cooldowns. Now granted, I'm a terrible Karma, and I'll tell you right now, when I'm playing in Earth mode in League of Legends, I am not even trying to hit any of my skill shots. I am just throwing them out there for the sake that hopefully one of them eventually will land. But I love playing Karma, even if I do terribly, just due to the fact of how often I can spam this annoying poke and how annoyed the enemy team must feel. Is that bad? The enemy Karma was a real pain in the ass though, like I swear. I tried everything to try to outdo her, but she was just completely destroying me in every way. Look at this embarrassment here. She just schooled me.
Karma-senpai, please. I just wanted you to notice me. What people say is true, you're a bitch.
Luckily in this game I did have a Corki that managed to carry my heavy ass to the W, so all's well that ends well. Definitely a fun champion to spam the Qs with. Watch as I continue to terrorize this poor Sign. He just wants to go to his base. He just wants to heal, but I end up shoving him all the way back to the confines of his spawn. And landing a nice chain of Qs on this gangplank, managing to keep my little Corki alive. With all the shields and speed ups and poke that Karma has, and the amount of fun to play her, I am going to give her 8 out of 10 team votes. I now claim this land of Summoner's Rift as my own, to raise my bobberts from your young age to an old age in a span of 30 seconds. Because apparently that's how long it takes for these little fuckers to die. So obviously, the whole idea behind this was to just continue to spam my abilities and create my own personal army to fight for me, so I don't have to. And that ended up going swimmingly. Poor Gangplank and poor Heimerdinger were constantly on the run from me and Nidalee's harass. And honestly, I feel sorry for anybody who has to go against the Nidalee harass, because I had to as well. And it is just miserable. Good thing that teleport exists on this map and it's every 1 minute, because I had to use it on cooldown to just freaking stay in lane for long enough to get a single minion. So to reiterate my earlier thoughts, the whole point of playing Malzahar in Earth is as a pusher. you want to split push and use your abilities on cooldown to get out as many bobberts as you can, which are the little bug creatures that fight for you. Especially after the update, now they prioritize their targets a lot better and they're not just randomly derping around and doing nothing. They will attack the nearest enemy if they're idle. So that is a great update and definitely helps things out quite a bit. When left unmolested, these hungry little bastards will continue to chew away at your defenses until there is nothing left. And I might have got a little bit antsy on killing the Heimerdinger, but it was kind of funny to see a bunch of my little bugs just chasing after and then ultimately him dying of AIDS. And everything was fine and dandy up until the point where we met Brand. Brand again. Brand again. To be fair, this was a pretty shitty play, but in my defense, I'm a pretty shitty Malzahar. A really shitty Malzahar. And just to make matters worse, the little bobberts bounce Brand's ult around, so that's just peachy. Very quiet. We're hunting nidalees. It seems we have found our prey. Bye-bye, nidalee. No, seriously, die. Thank you. Yeah, at this point in the game, I really wasn't doing well in team fights and was doing way better just split pushing, but they decided to force mid, so I decided to stay here because I had a bunch of bobberts to help me. But they did still manage to out-base race me, unfortunately. But with unparalleled pushing power and the derpiness of this champion, I'm going to give him 6 out of 10 Teemos. Excuse me? You did not just spit on me. Get over here. This snake's gonna learn some manners. I don't put up with that. Introducing Darius, the champion that spins more than Garen in this mode. And kills everything. I'm not done with you, miss. Sayonara! She'll die. She'll die. See? Told you she'll die. She's dead. What the fuck? If you're gonna play Darius and Urf, for goodness sakes, play to his strengths and play him on a solo lane because he is supposed to be a lane bully. Easily wins his lane, and that makes it just even more easier when he has no cooldowns on his abilities. Then you have the ability to roam around the map, make plays, your Q's on like a 1-second cooldown, your E allows you to pull people non-stop. You can just pull people, yoink, 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 and then when you get bored, you just pull in your opposing laner and you kill him. Just like that, just got dunked. With Darius' ability to be everywhere, his early game shines so much brighter, and he has the ability to put so much pressure in every single lane. So take advantage of that, snowball early, because late game you're going to need it. You need to get yourself nice and tanky so you can start dunking people left and right. Yo Cass, what did I just get done telling you about touching my tower? You're going to make a nice pair of boots. In hell! If you're not just satisfied with snowballing and you want to be snowballing, feel free to get yourself a pair of home guard boots so you can run up so fast that they'll wet their pants with blood. 1 potato. Hey, get back here. I'm not done with you. 2 potato. And then the sneaky monkey. You are the Monkey King. Dead and sweet. Which one? This one. Bye-bye. Later in the game, though, you aren't much more than a distraction to allow your team to win, so use that to your advantage, build tanky, and just try to take out as many people as you can, keep people CC'd, and just allow your carries to do damage. And in the case in this game, Riven was actually backdooring while I just kind of ran around and attacked things. So it ended up working in the end. We managed to get the W. So, early game snowball, simply for that. Darius is actually a lot of fun to play. I keep calling Darius, Darius, whatever. Bite me, I'll call it whatever the hell I want. But look at Riven just dedicatedly going away at it. Can Xpecial do it? Can Xpecial get the back door? I'm going to call him Xpecial because this Riven was really special. Trust me, and I'm not saying it in a nice way. But anyhow, based on my experience with Darius and how fun he was to play, pretty easy to play as well, I'm going to give him 7 out of 10 Teemos. And last but not least, I bring to you Thresh, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the reason why I picked Thresh is because his hook is on such a short cooldown that you can actually hook immediately after hook. At level 1 with the Q, you can hook right away. The only thing that takes a while is the animation. That's the only thing that you're waiting for. It's kind of silly. So just watch as I throw out my hook. Watch as I throw out my hook right now. And notice my hook is available yet again. And notice my hook is available. Hold on. I'm not gonna let this Teemo get away. Yet again! Farewell, Teemo. I guess you could say I'm a professional hooker. It does kind of get hard though, managing all your cooldowns, as well as paying attention to where your hook is going at the same time. It really can get overwhelming. That doesn't stop me though.
Target has been marked. Please proceed with caution. Target is armed and dangerous. Target has been described as 2-foot-tall male, wearing a purple bathrobe and a street cone on his head. Also be aware of his fake Irish accent. Yes, he is evil. Stop laughing.
No, but really though, watch as we get supremely juked by this Veigar. I just could not land a single hook on him. And I was it's not for lack of trying. I was trying to, you know, guess where he was going to move because, you know, he's constantly moving. And I end up dying anyway. This game took a whole lot of time to close out because Jace just wanted to run around in the jungle instead of actually doing something productive. But eventually we did manage to pull out the W, and what is with all of these hooks going askew so badly? To round up the list, I would say Thresh is a pretty fun pick just to continually CC people, but you do not have a lot of damage. It falls into the same problem as Rammus, as you need a team to back you up. I'm going to give him 5 out of 10 for that reason, but build tanky, and you should be able to be a good utility for your team. I hope I maybe gave you a few ideas you can try and have fun while you can. I'm sure that Riot's going to take away the Earth servers, even though we love them so much. But all good things must come to an end. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.